What's up guys, and welcome to the first episode of Primetime, a brand new series where I talk to you about everything regarding the Transformers movieverse. And in today's episode we're going to be discussing some really exciting information just released by Paramount Pictures in regards to the live action Transformers movie series. Now in this video I'm going to be discussing with you both the confirmed release date for the next installment in the Transformers movie franchise, as well as some details regarding the upcoming full-on feature-length animated Transformers series directed by Josh Cooley. Kicking things off, I think it's probably best to start off with some really exciting news, that being the official date set by Paramount Pictures in regards to the next live-action Transformers movie, which is the 24th of June 2022. Now whilst that may seem a long way off from where we are now, you have got to factor in that this movie is probably going to begin filming, I would say, roughly mid next year, or if not, very early 2021. Personally, for me, I would have expected this movie to have perhaps been released next year if filming was in fact able to have taken place this year. Due to current world events, filming live action movies definitely does seem a long way off. But there is some light at the end of the tunnel. Paramount setting out for releasing a live action Transformers movie on the 24th of June 2022 really is fantastic, as it finally gives us some clarity on whether or not we're actually going to be getting any live action movies. And personally for me, I couldn't be more excited. After the installment of the Bumblebee movie, which in my opinion really took a refreshed take on the live action films, I definitely gave them a breath of fresh air after some of the Michael Bay movies. It really would be a shame to not pick up where the Bumblebee movie left us off on, as I'm not sure about yourselves, but at the end of the Bumblebee movie I was incredibly excited and really enjoying the direction Travis Knight was taking with the Transformers franchise. Now whilst on the topic of Travis Knight, there is no director actually attached to this Transformers live action movie project, although there is one attached to the animated feature-length film, which I'll discuss later on in this video. It remains unknown whether Travis Knight would be in fact back to direct the next installment of the live action series. However, I personally really do hope that he does return, as I thoroughly enjoyed Bumblebee and really think that now he has established himself with the Transformers movies, he really could push the bar above and beyond and perhaps give us even more action than what we got within that Bumblebee movie. Now whilst on the topic of the Bumblebee movie, that isn't actually set in stone to be the next Transformers live action movie. It could be in fact a Beast Wars movie. Now a Beast Wars movie is something that has been rumoured for quite a long time now, and there was even some concept art that was released around about when the Last Night movie was coming out, which showcased Optimus Primal, which I personally thought looked fantastic. So Paramount already have concept art for the Beast Wars movie, and if they were definitely looking to take the movies in that direction, I would be all up for it. Although personally for me, I'm not sure how it would work in terms of a live action sense, as you couldn't really have huge dinosaurs and beasts interacting with humans, and I just couldn't see a way of them managing it so that it wasn't just like the previous movies where it was human and Transformers. Personally for me, I think if they were to go the Beast Wars route, it would have to be a fully CG movie, which I think would cost an absolute fortune, so honestly don't think they're going to take that route. However, that doesn't mean that it's not happening, as both scripts for both the Bumblebee sequel and for a Beast Wars movie are near completion, so it really and truly just which one Paramount decides to greenlit. However, whatever one they decide to go with, there will definitely be a movie on the 24th of June 2022. Stepping away now from the live action Transformers movies, we now turn our attention to the feature-length Transformers animated movie, which is set to be directed by Josh Cooley, who recently directed Toy Story 4. Personally for me, I'm not necessarily too thrilled about the announcement of this movie, and I'm not entirely sure about its release date. This could in fact take the June 24th release date that I spoke about earlier on. However, the only reasoning behind why I believe that it probably won't is because that was specifically mentioned in regards to the live action movies, so there is no release date set for this whatsoever. However, there is confirmation. The director himself, Josh Cooley, did in fact tweet an image of the Autobot insignia over on his Twitter page and included rollout, so it is definitely looking as if though he is set to direct that movie. Personally for me, I'm not too excited for this. I've never really been into full feature-length animation movies, although if it follows a similar style to what we got with some of the Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron graphics that we got in some of the trailers, I'm sure it will look fantastic on the screen. There are no concrete details on a plot, however everything does seem to point of it being an origin story in order to explore the relationship between Orion Pax and Megatronus, something which we've never ever seen on the silver screen before, so that will be something really interesting, and I think that if it is done correctly, as well as the storytelling was done in Toy Story 4, we could definitely be in for one of the best narrated Transformers movies. I'm just not entirely sure on whether or not they can really nail the graphics down unless they're going for a very realistic approach. And that just about wraps everything up for the first episode of Primetime. Not a great deal to discuss with you in today's episode. All we really got was confirmation that Paramount have set a June 24th, 2022 release date for a live-action Transformers movie, and that we are definitely getting an animated movie directed by Josh Cooley, which is probably going to be an origin story to the Transformers on Cybertron. We have no confirmation whether or not we're getting a Bumblebee sequel, or if they are in fact going down the Beast Wars route. Personally, I'll be happy with either of them just as long as Beast Wars is done correctly. I think that movie can only work if it was fully CG, and I haven't really seen a movie that has adopted a full-on CG approach, but definitely either of the two I'll be happy with. I'm just so happy that we do in fact have confirmation that the live-action movies are continuing. The animated movie directed by Josh Cooley, whilst I may not be ecstatic with its announcement, I'm definitely enthusiastic to see what they come up with and to see how they are going to handle the animation on that. The storytelling in Toy Story 4 was done incredibly well, so if we see something similar with this Transformers movie, I'm sure that it'll be great regardless of the graphics. But definitely be sure to let me know down in the comment section below what movie you would prefer Hasbro to release first, the sequel to the Bumblebee movie or a Beast Wars movie. Personally, I would probably go with the first option, that being a Bumblebee sequel, just seeing how well received it was by fans and critics alike. I really think it would be a shame for them to leave that on the back burner, and the Beast Wars movie, as we already know, has already been scripted, so there is definitely a strong chance that we could see that later down the line, and I think it would make sense for them to establish this brand new storytelling universe with Bumblebee 2, just so that newcomers and fans that were maybe turned off by the Michael Bay movies can begin to trust Paramount and their decisions. I really hope you enjoyed this first episode of Primetime. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below what you thought of it. I have some great ideas for this brand new series, so definitely be sure to stay tuned for all of my future episodes, and until my next episode, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.